Right. Is there desktop audio? Okay, that does work. Right. I hope this is working. So I'm gonna put this here. And then this. Share screen. Hey Knots, how's it going? I need to turn it off. Sorry. I need to check where did that come from? Is it coming from here? No, I think it's... Okay. I'm gonna turn on the sound. Hello. I'm hearing myself. There's a problem. Where is this sound coming from? Is it coming from the Hello Talk chat? Give me a second, guys. I'm just sorting out my... How do I say it? My sound. So where is the sound coming from? Is it coming from Hello Talk? Let's try it. Oh no, I'm trying something new, so give me a few minutes to sort this out. So, Hello Talk. Over here. Hi Kaz, how's it going? I'm just trying to fix my streaming thing here. So I can't hear anything right now, but if I do this... Hello? Okay. So the audio is fine now. If I add the chat... Okay. It's Hello Talk. What's going on? Okay. Can I mute this? How do I... This is a problem. Hi Jazz, how's it going? I'm just trying to fix... Oh my gosh. Okay, YouTube chat works. Oh, you have to leave knots. That's okay. This will be recorded, so you don't have to worry too much. I'm trying to make it so that the Hello Talk chat, this thing here shows up as well. But the problem is when I turn on the sound. Hello. You can get echoes. So. Oh, this is so annoying. Okay. I think I will have to just do the chat as usual. I'll do my testing another time. But for now, let's do it the same way as usual. I will put this live chat here. And then it's going well. Hope you're doing great. That's good, Kev. Yeah. I'm doing okay. Thank you. Just getting everything ready as usual. And I'm trying to make the chat easier to see. Let's put this over here. Okay, that's better. I'm gonna turn on my sound. Cancel this. And then this one can go. Right. So, how are you all doing? I hope you guys can hear me clearly. If there are any problems, please let me know. Wrong camera. Please let me know. That would be much appreciated. But for now, let's get the video game presentation ready. Just gonna put it up on my screen here. Slideshow. Current slide. And swap. Okay, I think we are mostly ready. Checking the cameras. Uh-oh. Is it working? There we go. So, got the cameras here. Webcam, check. Other camera, check. Screen 1. Uh-oh. Screen 2. Good. Screen 3. Wonderful. Okie dokie. So, we're almost ready. Let's see. Oh, hi Maya. Welcome back from Greece. You're joining today. Yeah, that was a big echo. I wanted to make it so that I could show the YouTube and the Hello Talk chat at the same time, so you guys can see, you know, almost talk to each other, right? Like if I do this, so we can see here Maya, Knots, and then when I turn on Hello Talk chat, hello. There you go. So Hello Talk, unfortunately I can't do it there, but I will fix it next time, okay? Hi Eddie, how's it going? And we have Thomas as well, Kev, Maya, Knots, everyone's here. Good stuff. All right. So I hope you guys really like video games, because today that's the topic. By the way, if you guys can hear some like knocking noises or like basically there are some people fixing my bathroom right now. They have to like take away the sink, they have to make a hole in the floor. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. When I was teaching earlier before this live stream, I was teaching and I said, hey, how's it going? And then you just hear I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, but I think I can hear them talking, but I think they've done most of the heavy work, so we should be okie dokie. All right, so all right, but we'll start the stream very soon. Just a few minutes. Get yourself a nice cup of tea. Yeah, get a nice cup of tea, and then we will start in about 7 minutes. Okay. Meanwhile, I am going to try and fix this audio thing. Can I mute this? Mute site. Let's try that. And then unmute site. Now, let's try Hello Talk chat again. Okay. Hello? Dang it. Is there a way for me to refresh, zoom in? Oh! There we go. Fingers crossed. Does it work? Hello? It works! Woo! Okay, right. So, I need to move this here. Can put this, and then the YouTube chat. But that's a bit small, I think. Sign in to Hello Talk. Oh, is it telling me to sign in again? Okay, right. Okay. Can I get rid of this? No, I don't need to learn more. Sign in to Hello Talk to leave comments. I don't want to leave comments. I just want to see the comments. What's going on? Oh, this is why I hate technology. I think the man is leaving now, so... Wait, is he leaving? Anyway, sign into Hello Talk. How do I sign in? Okay, right, I need to do my camera again. Sorry, 5 minutes. Oh, jeez. Okay, so cancel this. Go to Hello Talk. Sign in. QR code, come on, please work. Please. Ah! QR codes. Sometimes they work. Sometimes they don't. But I can see the comments on the other screen fine. So why is this not working? I wish I had some sort of manager or somebody who can fix all of my PC problems. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time, and if it doesn't work, I give up. Come on. Come on. Duh! Can you do a stream of music one time? Oh, actually, music is going to be one of the next topics. So yes, Knots, I can do music one time. Come on. Oh, damn it. So, hi, Amy. I'm basically trying to show the Hello Talk chat and the YouTube chat at the same time. But Hello Talk doesn't agree with my phone right now. So I'm gonna try. Oh, but I can see the comments. So maybe I don't need to. Okay, right, we're gonna leave it. Okay, so just 2 more minutes. I'm gonna set up my camera again, and then we will begin for today, okay? Hi, August. Hi, Knots Maya, everyone. Okay, so put this back in. Turn on the app. Oh, my brain. Select device. Ultra. This one. This way. There we go. And then I get my tripod stand. Ah! Oh, I hate technology. Another QR code. Okay. Right. I think we are finally ready. Yeah, no more problems. Please. This wire. Oh. Over here. Okay. I think we're finally ready. Okay. So I'm going to move this down as well. I can only see like 1 or 2 comments. That's fine. Okay, thank you, Amy. Right, I think we're pretty much ready. Okay, so the video keeps freezing today. It's laggy. Oh no, please don't tell me it's laggy. If it's still laggy, we'll do a few minutes, and then if it is very laggy and there are a lot of problems, please do, everybody, just write, Eric, you suck. Oh, this video is terrible. I'm gonna quit. Like, just send me a message, and then I will try to fix it. It's probably something to do with these chats. Yeah. Hi, Gustavo. Nice to see you. All right. So, I think we are ready. Let's have a look at video games. Okay, so I'm a big fan of video games. I really do enjoy to play video games in my free time. But what about you guys? Today I want to talk with you about everything related to video games, and I want to teach you a few words that you might need, you know, to discuss video games with people in the future, because it's always nice to connect with new people. It's always easier to make friends when you have that one hobby that you can talk about, right? So today I'm going to give you that English knowledge to make more friends and connect with people through video games. Okay? All right. Are we all ready? Oh, we have, what was it? Gustavo, video game... OST, original soundtracks. They are very good, aren't they? Yeah, I really like the... like Kingdom Hearts, really nice orchestra. Super Mario August, definitely, that's good. Halo's really good as well, definitely. Nice stuff. Okay, right. I'm gonna pour some tea, and then we will begin. So I hope you guys are ready, because there are lots of quizzes for you today, okay? So, welcome to video games. Let's have a look. So, first thing, let's have a trivia quiz. I hope you guys know a lot about video games, but let's start easy. Let's go for an easy question first. As always, please write your answers in the comments when you know, and let's compare our answers. Ready? Number 1. Who is the main character in the Legend of Zelda series? Okay, who is the main character in the Legend of Zelda series? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is Link. Very well done, Gustavo. Nice job. It is Link. Yeah, it's called The Legend of Zelda, but often if you have these like really hardcore fans, you know, and somebody says, "Oh, Zelda, isn't she like the main character?" And then people be like, "No, that is not the main character. It is Link. How do you not know?" I'm joking. But yeah, many people confuse Zelda and Link. Oops, wrong one. Okay. Now, that was an easy question. Let's start the second one. In this game, when you are hit, the main character drops golden rings. Okay? So for you young viewers right now, maybe this is a bit more difficult. Some of these are a bit older, but what character drops golden rings when they are hit? Oh, interesting. August says Subway Runners. That's a more modern game. That's true. I'm thinking a little bit older. Something a little bit older in the past. Any idea? You are old? I'm sure you're not that old, August. Okay, right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, I thought you would know this. Am I the only old one? This one is Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog. That blue mascot. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen the Mario and Sonic Olympic Games a few years ago. I think it was on the Wii or something. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay. Alright, let's have a look at number 3. This game is about controlling a group of small plant aliens to help you collect items, break obstacles, and fight enemies. Okay. Zombie? I mean, there might be a zombie game that's similar to this. The hint, or the key here, is small plant aliens. Small. Ooh, Plants vs. Zombies is a closer guess. Nice try. I'll give you guys a clue. This game is quite famous and it's made by Nintendo. Nintendo. I'll give you 5 seconds. Ow, that's hot. 3, 2, 1. This is Pikmin. Okay, the main character here called Olimar, he like gathers these like plant aliens. I think they're in the garden or something, and he throws them. He asks them to fight for it. It's actually quite cruel, I think. He does a lot of bad things, but this game is quite popular. There's like 4 different Pikmin games, I think, but there we go. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Question number 3, 4. What was the first games console to become famous for motion controls? What was the first console to become famous for motion controls? Okay. Hi, Chia. Nice to see you. And ARA says the Atari. And then we have the Wii. The answer is the Nintendo Wii. I don't know about the Atari. Maybe there was a motion thing. I know that the Was it the Super Famicom? There was a headset, like a very old VR headset, but very basic. But I think the Nintendo Wii was the first home console that most people could buy, and it became very famous for the, remember the Wii Sports era? Everybody playing tennis and you just go, and it was very funny. I think a lot of people broke their TVs when the Nintendo Wii came out because they didn't, tie the remote controller to their hand. So they just break the TV. Terrible. Have you guys ever broken a TV? August says, yeah, the Atari was expensive, definitely. Amy doesn't know much about the games. That's okay. And August doesn't play games. Oh, interesting, interesting. Wow, today is a chance to learn about games, yeah. I find that video games are a very good way of connecting with young people, children, right? A lot of my students, they love Minecraft, Super Mario, and things like that. So it's a lot easier to teach them English when I use examples from video games. So there we go. All right, Nintendo Wii. Let's have a look at the next one. For you Super Mario Brothers fans, the main villain in the Super Mario Brothers series is usually Bowser, but there was another character who kidnapped Princess Peach. Who was it? Who was it? Bowser usually kidnaps Princess Peach, but there was another character who kidnapped her. Who was it? The Nintendo Wii played games from the GameCube. Oh, another good one. Koopas. Good idea, Gustavo. It wasn't a Koopa. The character was not related to Bowser. It was a different character. Hey, Joy Eagle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was indeed Chia. Very well done. It was Donkey Kong, and I think he first appeared on the Game Boy Color series. Okay, I apologize. There are people outside my room. Anyway, so yes, we have Donkey Kong, one person who did kidnap Princess Peach. Yeah, well done. Okay, good stuff. Now, next question. In one very famous gaming series, many of the games are named after colors and gems. Red, blue, diamond, emerald, etc. What series was it? Okay, so there are lots of games in this series, but some of them were named after like red, diamond, ruby, sapphire. Yeah. This one should be pretty easy for you guys. This one was indeed very good. Chia, Gustavo, August, it was Pokemon indeed, yeah. I think Pokemon is one of those special worldwide, like internationally famous series, right? The most recognizable characters in the world have to be Mario, Pikachu. Who else is a famous character? Nowadays, maybe Minecraft, the main guy, Steve, I think is his name. But for you guys, what kind of characters, what kind of games were very nostalgic for you? Gustavo, Pokemon Black. Wait, was there a Black? There was, yeah, Black and White. It was on the Nintendo DS, I think. Nowadays, I don't play Pokemon, but I used to love it, yeah. What games did you think were nostalgic? Alright, let's move on to the next one. Mortal Kombat. You like Mortal Kombat? Oh, it's so much blood, like fatality, and then just rip someone's head. It was very gory, very violent. That's good, that's good. It's a good game. It's a good game. Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy, Chia. Oh, I'm happy to hear that we've played the same games. I feel much closer to you guys now, but yeah, game's great. Okay, next one. So, ooh, this one's gonna be tough. On the original Super Nintendo, or the Famicom in Japan, what color were the buttons on the controller? What color were the buttons on the controller? I will be very impressed if anybody can remember this. Heck, I made this quiz and I already forgot what colors. I think it's... I'm confident about 3 colors. I can't remember the 4th one. So August says blue. Interesting. Red. I will not tell you if you're right or wrong yet. So we have 4 colors. I think blue and red are like the primary colors, right? So they're usually a safe color, right? Blue, red, green. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The colors are blue, red, yellow, and green. Well done, good job, guys. Yeah, blue, red, and green, some of the main colors, and then yellow was the other one, okay? And actually, if you look at the logo of the Super Famicom, especially in Japan, you can see these same 4 colors on the logo of the Super Famicom, the Super Family Computer, in other words, okay? So, but in the West, we call it the Super Nintendo, okay? All right, good stuff, yeah. I guess many of you, did many of you have the Super Nintendo system? I think it was quite expensive. But nowadays, PS5, Xbox One, they're so expensive. There you go. Everything's expensive nowadays. Anyway, so next one, let's move on. A bit more of a modern console. On the Nintendo Switch controller, what does this button do? This one over here, yeah? Any ideas? So we have the home button over here. It takes you to the main menu, but what does this button do here? Yang says reset. Not quite. Gustavo, it's not a home menu. This one is the home menu. You can see the house icon, right? Where is my controller? Oops. Where is my controller? Ah, here we go. Yeah, you can see there's a little house icon. So what does this button do? Nobody's got the right answer yet. I'll give you a clue. Okay? So, oops. Uh-oh. Why is it not changing? So, the clue is it makes a sound. It goes... Is that the right sound? Wait. I can't make the sound properly. And I don't want to do the gesture because it would be too easy. But the answer is... Whoa, what is going on? Sorry, I need to get my controls back. The answer is... It takes a screenshot. Chia said capture button. I will accept that answer. Very good. It is the capture button. Okay, very good stuff. Well done, guys. Right. Now, is that it? Ah, here you go. You can even see Chia saying capture. Yeah, capture taken. In other words, it's a photo. Yeah. Quick point. When you take a picture on the screen, on your computer screen, right, there's a button called print screen. We call this a screenshot. However, if you're using a photo, a camera or a phone, we'd say take a picture, okay? So they're a bit different, yeah? So, great stuff. Let's move on. Now, of course, when it comes to video games, just like movies, there are many different types of video games. So let's quickly talk a little bit about game genres, okay? There are quite a lot, but you only need to know a few to... Oh, fudge! I think you just saw some of these. Oh my gosh, I hope you didn't see all of them. But anyway, so let's have a look at this one, the first one, okay? So, does anyone know what we call this game where there's a lot of like fighting, a lot of jumping? It's very exciting, yeah? Beginning with A. A. What is the word for this first type of game? Not a race, not a race. Arcade, ooh, good guess. Good guess, August. We would call this an action game. Okay, this is any game where there's like fighting, jumping, and all this stuff. Okay, action game. Yeah, think like Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise is always like jumping, explosions, fighting, and all this stuff. Yeah, so an action game. Yeah, I apologize. Some of the icons are not so clear. The next one is about exploring, finding new places like treasure. Think Legend of Zelda. Yeah, in Legend of Zelda, there is a lot of like fighting, but there's a lot of exploring. Like think maps. 3, 2, 1. Very well done, Chia and August. We do have adventure games. Yeah, again, Legend of Zelda. Maybe in these newer Super Mario games where there's a large world. Yeah, those are like adventure games. But the old Super Mario games where it's just like A to B, like very simple, one road, maybe not so much an adventure game. Okay. And then we have number 3, where, for example, you're watching something and then suddenly, boom! What do we call this kind of game? Yeah? Any ideas? What do we call the third type of game? I'm sorry if I scared you. But yes, we do indeed call these horror games. Well done, August. Yeah, horror games, something scary, lots of blood, zombies. Yeah, something where you're sweating, you're scared, your heart is beating. These are some great horror games. Yeah, for example, what's a famous horror game? Resident Evil, or Biohazard in Japanese. Yeah, about zombies. Okay, next one. If you like series like Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, where there are a lot of numbers and you level up, your character slowly gets stronger. Yeah, oh, Outlast is a good example of horror. Good one, Gustavo. Yeah, where you have to find different equipment, you're putting on different clothes. What do we call this one? Ooh, Min says MMO and Chia says RPG, and actually those two words can go together, but the word I'm looking for is RPG. MMO, Min, good point. MMO means massively multiplayer online, so thinking about Final Fantasy XIV, World of Warcraft, where there are hundreds, thousands of players at the same time. But with the older Final Fantasy games, it's single player. These are RPGs where you get equipment and level up. Okay. All right, the next one, looking here, we have, looks like a chess piece. These games require a lot of thinking and planning. Yeah. Not puzzle, but it's close to puzzle. It's similar to puzzle. Thinking about what's a famous game in this series. I mean, Final Fantasy can be similar to this. Quest, not quite. These games are called what we call strategy games. Yeah, very good, Min. Well done. So strategy, where you have to plan your next move carefully. XCOM is a good strategy game. I can't think of a famous one, but yeah. Okay. And then the next one, Mortal Kombat, we talked about earlier. Street Fighter. Oh, Civilization is a good strategy game. Well done. But Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, these are famous. What do we call it? Over here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. These are... Oh, August was close. We have fighting games, okay? Fighting games, yeah? Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, okay? And the next one, this should be pretty easy. Somebody said this earlier. This one, we have puzzle games, yeah? For example, I think the most famous puzzle game is probably Tetris. Maybe Tetris, okay? And then the next one should be pretty easy. Gran Turismo, Burnout, what is another famous game? Forza, very good. Forza Horizon is another one. Ready? What are you doing in these games? Yeah, what do we do? 3, 2, 1. We have racing or driving games. Yeah, racing, driving, they're both the same. Okay. And the next one, you know, Wii Sports, NBA 2K, FIFA, all of these things are pretty simply sports games. Yeah, WWE 2K, very good. Wrestling games. Yeah, these are all sports games. Okay, nice. All right, the next one. This is very popular among young boys. Maybe like Call of Duty. Fortnite is everywhere nowadays. Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty, exactly, Gustavo. These are what we call shooters or shooting games. Okay, very nice, well done. And just 5 more. This one, Super Mario, is a perfect example of this, where you're jumping a lot. Yeah, maybe there are like squares, you have to jump and run very quickly. Jumping is the key word here. Okay, and the answer is, we call these platformers. Platform meaning a place where you stand. In Super Mario, it's a jumping game, platforming game, and often the platforms, they disappear in like 3 seconds and you have to get all of the gold coins or something like that. Yeah, so platformers. Okay, all right, and the next one, sorry, 1 second. Yes. Yeah, I'm busy.
I just want to go if somebody can lock the door.
Oh, okay, no problem. I'll do that in a moment. Yeah, okay. Thank you. So, there you go. You heard my father there. He's just going to exit. I need to lock the door in a moment. So, let's quickly go through the last 4. I'll lock the door and then I'll come back. So, the next one... What was this? I forgot this one. I want to say it's a co-op game, but I don't think it is. What is this one? I'll have to check the answers. You like platformers, Margot? Oh, wonderful. Yeah, platformers are very, like, easy to access, but sometimes, like, very difficult to master, right? But, yeah. Okay, right. Oh, simulation. Yeah, the icon wasn't very clear, but simulation games, like, have you guys ever played The Sims? The Sims, where it's like real life. You make a character, you get a job, you get married, and yeah, something like that. The Sims is a perfect example of a simulation game. Actually, tomorrow I'm going to play a simulation game. I'm going to live stream it. Microsoft, exactly. Simulator, yeah. There's a simulator for like everything. There's a truck simulator, goat simulator, like what the heck? Anyway. Okay, the next one, Minecraft is a good example of this, where you have to like eat food to survive. You have to build a house. But the key point here is that you need food and water, otherwise you will die. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. I already said the word. You guys are too quick. It is a survival game. Yeah, survival games usually, yeah, you just have to drink and eat to stay alive. Yeah. And then the next one, in this kind of game, again, Minecraft is a perfect example of this. You can make anything. You can make a huge castle. You can even make computers in this game using like electricity. You can make anything. Okay, fantasy is a good guess, August. Margot, crafting, you're very close with crafting. Good guess. The icon is a big clue. When you're a young child and you go to the beach, or sorry, not the beach, ignore that. When you're in a playground, sometimes there's this like place where there's a lot of sand and you can build like things, right? Like a castle, yeah. What do we call this place where there's a lot of sand and children go to play here? It's usually a square. Sandpit, that is correct. Yes, you can say sandpit, Margot. Very good. Another word for a square? Any ideas? You're so close, Margot. The answer is sandbox. Yeah, this is a sandbox game. Sandbox means you have the freedom to make anything. Yeah. Minecraft, there's like Dragon Quest Builders, and on Steam there are many of these games, yeah, because everybody likes, you know, like Lego building things, okay? The last one, before I go and lock the door, these games teach you a lot, yeah? In schools, we might play these kinds of games. Yang said education, and Roblox is another good one. We do say the adjective educational. Okay, educational video games, all right? Very good, well done. Okay, so these are the main ones. I would say the most common words you need to know are maybe action, adventure, horror, RPG. Actually, all of these are quite useful. Yeah, I think all of these are quite useful, okay? So, I'm going to go and lock the door, otherwise somebody will break into my house. So, while you're waiting, have a look at these acronyms. AFK, BTW. Do you guys know what some of these means? These are often used in gaming, but have a quick look. I'm going to quickly lock my door. Be right back. Yep, coming. Okay, I'm going to lock the door. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Thank you guys for waiting. I am back. I locked the door. So, yeah, there was a repairman fixing my bathroom toilet, so I had to let the person out and then lock the door. So, sorry about that. Let me get a quick drink. Okay, right. So, it looks like some people already know some of these words. Hi, Noriko. Nice to see you. And thank you guys for sharing the event, by the way. I really appreciate it. That's nice. But anyway, let's move on to gaming acronyms. Okay. Hi, Lele. Acronyms are sets of letters that are a shortcut for a longer phrase or word, right? So, for example, let's move on to here. Well, first of all, why do we need acronyms? Now, I want to give you guys the chance to answer this question. Why are acronyms useful? Why do we use BTW, TBH? Why don't we just write the full phrase or the word? Very good, guys. Exactly. Yeah. It's usually to save time or to make things easier. Yeah. Exactly, Fabi. Good idea. Especially in games. If you're getting killed, you don't have time to type blah, 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 blah. You should just, write the acronym or type the acronym. If you're using voice chat, then you don't need to. But if you think about nowadays when we're texting on our phones all the time, there are some common phrases we have many shortcuts for, yeah. And sometimes we have special phrases like LOL, laughing out loud, similar to an emoji. It sends a kind of emotion that words can't express, okay? But yes, why do we use acronyms? Well, it's to save time, to make things easier, especially when texting. Now, if we look here, yes, the United States of America do not always agree with the European Union. Oof, that's a long sentence. We might just say the USA do not always agree with the EU. Okay, something like that. Right, so much easier. And as I said earlier, nowadays people are texting a lot more. And a bit of interesting information here, texts versus emails. Well, texts are opened or replied to 5 times more than emails nowadays, okay? Even, you know, if you use email for professional business and things like that, just, you know, texts are so easy, so fast, and actually some companies prefer to, you know, communicate via text over email nowadays. Lots of like applications have texting functions, so very convenient. Okay, but also 98% of text messages are read within 2 minutes. Yeah, that's if you notice it, right? Sometimes, you know, when you're like working and you're trying to focus and then you hear ding, and then you look and you know you should focus, but there's this like feeling, it's almost like a human instinct to find out who sent me a message. You know, was it my girlfriend? Was it my mother? Was it my boss? But it's very difficult to resist this temptation to open that text message, right? This is why you should put your phone on airplane mode or silent mode, but it's not always so easy. So, next thing, 53% of people check their phone for messages 11 times a day. That's a lot. Now, this is not for everything. This is just for messages. This is not for YouTube, not for Instagram, but just for messages. Around half of people check their phone like 11 times a day just to look at their messages. It's a bit much, isn't it? You know, before you go to bed, often the phone is the last thing you see before you go to bed, and it's the first thing you see when you wake up. So sometimes we need a digital detox, right? But that's the world we live in. So how many times do you guys check your phone a day? I want to quickly ask you guys, do you guys check your phone very often, or do you try to keep your phone, you know, away from your workplace? Do you put your phone on silent mode or anything like that? For me, because I'm always at my PC, I often see my notifications anyway, like WhatsApp, Line, my messages. So I don't need to check my phone, but if I'm like outside doing something, I probably don't check my phone that much. Maybe 4 or 5 times, but that's quite a lot, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it depends on the situation, but anyway. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. Acronyms are shortcuts. They help us save time, as you guys know. Now, here are some acronyms. Some of them are used just for gaming, but some of these are also useful in everyday situations, okay? So we have AFK, BTW, IRL, and all of these things, okay? But I'm sure some of you already know some of these acronyms, but do you know all of them? Let's quickly test your knowledge, okay? So, first one. This person? See ya! Earlier I did this, right? I said, oh, I'm gonna be AFK for a bit. I just need to lock the door. Guys, you are so quick. You guys already know this. This is away from keyboard, yeah? Away from keyboard just means you're not at your PC. Maybe you will not reply or something like that, okay? AFK. I will be AFK. Next one. Here we have by the way. Yeah. By the way is probably one of the most common phrases we use in English to change the topic, right? It's a nice signal to show that we're going to, you know, change the conversation. Because if I tell you, for example, you know, oh, I love video games. I play video games every day. And then yesterday I was watching a sports game, and you think, huh? Wait, why is he suddenly talking about sports? But if I say, oh, by the way, yesterday I saw a sports game, it's a more smooth transition, right? So by the way, very useful to change the topic in texting and real life, okay? BTW, by the way. Okay. Ooh, what about this one? BRB. Oh, guys, can you give me a chance? You guys are too quick. Very good. This does mean be right back. This is very similar to AFK, but because K means keyboard, be right back is a phrase we use in real life. You know, I might say, oh, I'll be right back. Yeah. But if I'm, for example, on my smartphone, I'm texting someone on the sofa, not my PC, I might text, oh, BRB, gonna do some laundry. Yeah, gonna do some laundry, BRB, okay? So BRB is more common and general, okay? All right, good stuff, well done. And then the next one. We have a very famous man here, Bill Nye, the science guy. DC. DC. Ooh, direct current, good idea. What is this man doing? What is he doing? Direct current is true, but in this situation, I'm talking about disconnect. Okay, disconnect, yeah. Imagine you're playing a game with a group of friends, and then you're messaging somebody and he's not replying. You might think, is he AFK? Is he AFK? And then he comes back and you might say, sorry, I DC'd. Yeah, I disconnected. There's a problem with my Wi-Fi. I don't know. Sorry, I DC'd. Yeah, this means there's an internet problem. Okay, DC. Quite useful. Okay. Sometimes you might say, see, DCED, disconnected, the past tense. Yeah, sorry, I DC'd. Okay, right. Next one. This one should be easy. Well, you can see the word already, but is it not? Oh, there we go. Yeah, here, when talking about PC graphics especially, you will see we have FPS, which shows you in animation and video recording, we also record and animate at different frames per second, yeah. Oops. Let me just play that video again so you can see. So 10 FPS low, it looks almost like stop motion, but 100 FPS super smooth, yeah. Very nice to see, okay. I think interestingly, a lot of movies and animations are recorded or drawn at like 30 FPS. I've heard that higher FPS is not always better. I don't know the reason, but it's the like industry. It depends on the situation. Okay. But very good. And Chia, nice. IDK, this one. Does anyone know what IDK? Oh, she already used it. The next one. Very good. Yeah, first-person shooter. Actually, August, that is another good acronym for first-person shooter. Yeah, first-person shooter. GoldenEye on the Super Nintendo. First-person meaning from your point of view. But Fortnite is a third-person shooter where you can see the character as well. Okay, but in this case, I'm looking at frames per second. Okay, all right, good job, guys. Well done. Now, high FPS is expensive. True, Yang, true. Yeah. All right. Now, the next one. Oh, we have cute Elmo from Sesame Street. Yeah, doing this gesture like if you ask somebody a question. So, how much was your PC? And you might be like, I'm shrugging my shoulders. We might say, oop. We might say, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, super useful. Earlier, Chia used it. Fabi. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. August. Well done, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I've always wondered, how did this become the universal gesture for I don't know? Wait, actually, in your country, you know, Russia, China, Japan, does this mean I don't know, or do you have a different gesture? Because gestures are really interesting in different countries. Like, for example, thumbs up is good in most countries, but in some countries it's like rude or something. In Russia it's the same, wonderful, yeah. But what was it? Yeah, I guess it's a universal gesture for I don't know. But, interesting. All right, let's have a look at the next one. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, we have a famous game here. This is Among Us, a communication kind of detective game where you have to communicate and find the killer. Here we have Among Us in-game. And then we have Among Us in real life. I couldn't hide that part, but in real life, yeah, some people cosplaying these video game characters. Okay, so in real life, yeah. I love video games, but sometimes it's more fun to do things IRL with friends. Sometimes it's fun to do things IRL, okay, in real life. All right, good job. Now, remember, which phrases do you think we use generally, and which ones do we only use for gaming? I will test you on this later. Okay, next one. Let's have a look. This woman using her speakerphone. We have two phrases here. When somebody's sharing their opinion, you know, saying something, what phrase might they use? Well done, guys. You guys have already got it. We would say, in my opinion, or to be honest. In my opinion, to be honest. They're very similar. You can use them in the same situations, okay? IMO, TBH, in my opinion, to be honest, okay? Sometimes, by the way, we do say IMHO, in my honest opinion, but it's the same. IMO, IMHO. I guess IMHO is a bit stronger. In my honest opinion, this game is rubbish. I hate this game. It sucks. Okay. Very good. Okay, so these are very useful phrases. Next one, if you've ever seen people in esports, or if you've ever played games competitively, you might say this at the end of a game, okay? People handshaking or just typing to each other, yeah? They might say, very good good guys? I was thinking GG. No, good guesses. Oh, that's also GG. What a coincidence. We would say good game, well played. Sometimes we use these together. We say GGWP, good game, well played. Yeah, well played. It's almost like manners, right? It's like saying cheers at a dinner party. It's just common manners, yeah? Okay? GG, well played. Okay? So, you guys knew a lot of these. Very well done. Now, we have all of these phrases. Let's quickly read through these together. Okay, I'm gonna make this bigger. So, the first one, away from AFK, away from keyboard. Is Eric AFK? He's not saying anything. Is Eric AFK? He's not saying anything. BTW, by the way. By the way, are you free tomorrow? Want to go see a movie? By the way, are you free tomorrow? Want to go see a movie? Yeah. Often, especially with the younger generation, you know, the generation Alpha, what, baby boomer? No, that's not it. Anyway, with young people, instead of saying A-R-E, we will often say R. And instead of Y-O-U, we will say U, okay? So, are you free tomorrow? TMR, okay? All right. And then the next one, BRB, be right back. Sorry, let me make this bigger because it's a bit small, I think. Okay, so BRB, be right back. I'll be right back. I'll BRB, just gonna do the dishes. Okay, gonna, I sometimes use this, GNNA. Gonna do the dishes. Okay, good. And the next one, DC'd, disconnected. Sorry, I think I DC'd. Sorry, there should be I. I think I DC'd. My Wi-Fi is a bit unstable these days. My Wi-Fi is a bit unstable these days, yeah? Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it DCs, disconnects. FPS, frames per second. Why is my FPS so low? Maybe I opened too many programs, yeah. Often, my PC starts dying. I don't know if you can hear it right now. It's going because I'm streaming to HelloTalk, YouTube, I have PowerPoint, I have my streaming software, like, ooh, sometimes my FPS goes pretty low, yeah? But anyway, so, very good. Why is my FPS so low? And then IDK, I don't know. I don't know why he said no. He loves parties. Did something happen? Okay. Now, there's another one I just remembered. Instead of I don't know, IDK, we also say IDC. IDC, meaning I don't care. I don't care. It's quite rude, so I don't use it so often, but like, oh, have you watched the newest Doctor Who series? And I might say, nah, I don't care about Doctor Who anymore. I stopped watching it. IDC, I don't care. Okay, so that's another good one. Okay, thank you, Gustavo. I don't care. Thank you, August, for writing it. She's like a scribe, very studious. Good job. Okay, next one. Is this the right one? Nope, sorry. IRL, in real life. You know, I love games, but doing stuff IRL is fun too. Doing stuff IRL is fun too. Okay. IMO, in my opinion. Yeah, IMO, in my opinion, playing board games is good because you can meet people, you can meet IRL. Yeah, I particularly feel like this. Yeah, in IMO, in my opinion, online games are nice when you're like in different countries or you're far away, but playing board games is nice because you can get together, have food, you know, cook together and play board games. You know, you get to meet in IRL. Yeah, but there you go. Nice. Okay, next one. TBH, to be honest, I'm not a fan of card games. I don't know why, but to be honest, I'm not a fan of card games. Okay. IMO and TBH are very similar. We both use them when we want to share our opinion, but TBH is often when we share a negative opinion or maybe a controversial opinion, yeah? When you don't want to like offend someone. Let's say somebody else loves Godzilla and you think, I don't like Godzilla. TBH, I'm not a fan of Godzilla. Yeah, so TBH is a bit more not negative, but yeah. Okay. All right. And the last one, I can't see it. GG, well played. Good game, well played. GG, well played. Thanks for the games. You might say this as you're saying goodbye to your friends at the end of the gaming session, okay? So, yeah, online, instead of saying goodbye, you might say, GG, well played. See you next time. See you later. Yeah, a bit more casual. GG, well played. Good game, well played. Okay? All right. GG is my favorite. Yeah, it's very like, it's slang, it's quite casual. It's very nice. Okay, now let's move on. Earlier, I told you that some of these phrases are used for gaming and some of these are used for everyday. Now, just maybe using a pen and paper, or just you can say it out loud, I want you to separate these. I'm going to give you 1 minute to think, which of these phrases do you think we use anytime, like talking to friends on your, Facebook Messenger, Instagram. And which phrases do we only use when playing video games? When playing games, especially with people online or with friends, okay? I want you to separate these, okay? Something. No, I pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry. Okay, well, you've already seen it. Oh my gosh, stupid. But anyway, I'll show you the answers. Okay, right, let's have a look. Oh wow, you guys are so good. How did you know? Oh, that's why. Oh my gosh, okay. I've made a big mistake here. So let's move on to useful phrases IRL, okay? So BTW, by the way, be right back. I don't know, in my opinion, and to be honest, okay? Right, Nancy didn't see what happened. Basically, I accidentally showed you the answers. I was supposed to block your view, but anyway, okay? And useful phrases for gaming, AFK, DC'd, FPS, IRL, and GG, well played. Okay, so these are very useful phrases for gaming. Okay, actually, frames per second, you can talk about movies and recording videos, but sometimes. Okay, all right, good stuff. And here are the phrases. I'll test you now. Okay, so think about these, think about how we use them, and next I'm going to give you a quiz. A quiz, okay? So I'll give you 30 seconds to review these, and then we'll do some questions together, okay? So just 30 seconds. Oh, sorry, I should make it bigger. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, right. So I hope you've memorized these words. Let's have a look at question number 1. I need to take a short break from the game, so I'll be for a little bit. Which one? Okay, let's have a look. The answer is AFK. Well done. Good job, guys. By the way, quick message to Maya. Sorry, it seems like it's lagging for you. By the way, lag, another good word. I'm sorry, on YouTube, is it lagging? I don't know how to fix it now, so I'll fix it later. Is it lagging on the, what was it, Hello Talk side? But if you watch the recording later, hopefully there will be no lag. I apologize. I think my PC, you know, the FPS is low and everything. Sorry about that, Maya. Okay, so AFK. I'm gonna be away from my keyboard a bit, okay? Good, well done. Next one. He just suddenly, from the server, I guess he's having internet problems again. Man, you guys are quick. Very well done. He just suddenly disconnected from the server. I guess he's having internet problems again. Well done, yeah. DC'd, very useful phrase when you just want to say like having problems, internet problems. Okay, DC. Nice. Looking at the next one. That movie was way too long and boring. That movie was way too long and boring. Okay, well done, guys. It is To Be Honest, as I said earlier. Now, to be honest, or in my opinion, you can use both in this situation. Sorry, I keep switching screens. IMO and TBH are, again, very similar, but if I had to choose one, maybe your friend loved the movie. So if you want to be honest and share your feelings, TBH, I thought the movie was way too long and boring. Okay, so negative opinions, to be honest. All right, next one. No, wrong one. Sorry. I really don't know why my is so low. Is my PC overheating? Okay, 3, 2, 1. I have no idea why my frames per second is so low. Yeah, is my PC overheating? Okay. Good job. Well done. A lot of you guys have these perfect. No worries. Good job. Okay. Did you hear about the new update for the game? It sounds awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. By the way, did you hear about the new update for the game? Yeah. We often do IRL. We often say, by the way, did you hear about this? Did you see this? Yeah, we're like introducing some new like news, right? So by the way, did you hear? Did you see? That was the clue. Very good job. You guys are too good. Okay. I think that's about it. Okay. Now, quick question, guys, just quickly. Can you tell me, is my stream slow? Like, when I speak, is there a large delay? Is there a lot of lag? Dang it. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I don't know how to fix it right now, but yeah, there's a small delay, isn't there? I can see it. Okay. Well, I'll try and fix it next time. Thank you. All right. Now, next one. We're going to do a little... Oh, my camera keeps freezing. Really? That's a problem, but I'll have to fix that next time. Not too bad. Thank you, Eddie. Okay. It might be your internet connection as well. If your Wi-Fi connection is not strong, sometimes it's okay on my side, but on your side it might be a bit slow. So, but I think it's a little bit my problem. Apologies. Okay, now let's do a fun quiz. Guess the character. I'm going to show you some pictures of some very famous characters. But can you tell me which or what is the name of these characters? Okay, right. Let's have a look at number 1. Ooh. What's this? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, I'm really surprised nobody has got the answer yet. Really? I'll give you a clue. Very old character, and nowadays you can only really see this in old-fashioned gaming arcades. You know, when you go bowling, those old-style machines with the joystick and the button. Guys, how can you not know? This is Waka 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 Waka. This is Pac-Man, yeah? Pac-Man, the classic pizza shape, and the white circle here, we have Pac-Man, okay? But yeah, it's quite difficult. Like, when you see it zoomed out, you're like, oh, of course. But when it's zoomed in, it's a bit more difficult, right? But, okay, next. Let's have a look at number 2. Ooh, for you young people, you might not know this character. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We do have Crash Bandicoot. Well done, Gustavo. I can see Gustavo is a gamer. So, yes, Crash Bandicoot, another platforming game. Very similar to Mario, where you have to like jump on boxes, collect apples, I think, is the currency. It's a lot of running, jumping, action platforming game. Okay, so very good classic. Okay, next one. Let's have a look. Ooh. What is this? Oh, sugar. Wait, you don't see it? Ah, sorry, I'm being stupid. Wrong button. Thank you. You just hear me going, Sorry. Oh my gosh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is a creeper from Minecraft. Okay, if you got the series Minecraft, that's right, exactly. I feel a little embarrassed now that I was just like, and then I just wait for you. I'm like, guys, sorry, it's because I have too many buttons. But yes, so we have a creeper from Minecraft. The reason why I made that sound was because one of the characters in Minecraft, these villagers who do this and they walk around and they sell you things, they make that sound. They say, and they like, yeah, they're just some characters. So that was a hint. I wasn't just making the noise for no reason, okay? I'm a strange person, but I'm not that strange, okay? All right, creeper from Minecraft. Very good. Next one. Ooh. Now, I know this might be quite difficult because the names for these characters and series might be different in different countries and languages. Do you guys want a hint? Do you want a hint? This series is famous for mixing Final Fantasy characters and Disney characters. It's also quite famous for its orchestral OST, the original soundtrack. Some Disney characters like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy often appear in this game, but also some Final Fantasy characters like Cloud, Strife, and maybe not? Okay. Well, this one is called Kingdom Hearts, and the main character is called Sora. Very good, Chia. Well done. Exactly. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. Very popular game these days. But the last game was a while ago. Anyway, good stuff. Okay, next one. Ooh. This character is quite well known for being very handsome. Can anyone tell me the series or the character name? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 4. Leon is I think, you know how Forbes or the Times, they have like a list of the most handsome or most beautiful people, you know, of the year. I think Leon Kennedy is often highly rated as one of the most handsome, men in video games, okay? So there you go, Leon Kennedy. It's a horror game, okay? Tomb Raider, that's a good guess, Jess. Tomb Raider, I think the main character, Lara Croft. Are there any main characters that are men in Tomb Raider? I'm not sure. But yes. Final Fantasy characters, good guess. Final Fantasy characters are often... Here is an interesting thing. If you look at RPG games designed by Japanese studios and Western studios, for example, in the West, some famous ones are... What's the word? The Last of Us. It's a game about zombies, and the main character is like a hairy man, lots of beard hair, like very manly. But if you look at Japanese games, often the main characters, for example, Final Fantasy, Cloud, the guy with the big sword, they look very feminine, or they look very, like, handsome. And if you've ever studied Japanese, they have special words for like a manly man face, like lots of hair, and then a feminine man face. They call it salt face, sauce face, ketchup face. I don't know why they name it after condiments, but it's really interesting. But there you go. Anyway, sorry. But yes, exactly. Resident Evil was created by a Japanese Capcom studio. That's why he looks very feminine and handsome. Yeah. But anyway, let's move on. So, here are some useful games for learning English. Yeah. When it comes to learning English, there are many different ways to study. Right? It doesn't have to be from a boring textbook. Yeah. Sometimes movies, dramas, YouTube videos, music, and video games are also one of the best ways, because often, for example, you have to understand the language to go to the next part in the story or solve a puzzle, or maybe you need an item, and if you don't understand the text, it's pretty difficult to move forward. So I want to introduce my recommendations for some of the most useful games for learning English. Okay, so, oops, wrong one. The first one would be Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon, very simple. The rules are quite simple, and generally you have to just use monsters to battle other monsters. And because it's for children, it's generally quite, how do I say it, the language is pretty simple for most children. The only difficult point is that some characters, like with anime and dramas, they have a very strong personality, let's say. So they might speak not using normal English, but like slang and like, hey, how's it going? What's up, man? Like some surfer dude from the west coast of America or something like that, yeah. But generally, it's pretty good for learning English, okay? If you like building things, sandbox games, and to learn some names of especially materials and items, then Minecraft is a good option, because you have some common words like tools, shovel, stick, pickaxe, yeah? And then we have items like TNT, glass, jelly, and all of these things, yeah? There are also some fictional items that do not exist in the real world, but some of them, a lot of them do. Wood, diamond, stone, axe, shovel. Yeah, so there's a lot of good vocabulary that's quite similar to real life here. Okay? Oops, wrong one. Okay, so Minecraft, another good one. But my probably favorite in terms of just language is probably Animal Crossing, because similar to Minecraft, it has a lot of vocabulary for everyday items, but Minecraft has a mix of like fiction, fantasy, and real life, but Animal Crossing is probably the closest game to real life, yeah? Because you have to borrow money from the raccoon, you have to pay back your debt, you have to design your house, buy furniture, and you have to, all of the villagers, they each have their own personality, and yes, sometimes they have a weird personality and they speak in a weird way, but there are some, very normal people, some people who speak using regular English, okay? So, uh-oh, wait, is there no sound? Really? Can you guys hear me? Is everything okay? I hear from David there is no sound. Hello? Oh, you can hear. Okay. But anyway, thank you. So yes, Animal Crossing is a very good game for beginners to intermediate learners, okay? But once you get to that very high level, like upper intermediate to advanced, then you can start choosing games where it's a bit more fantasy, because at the end of the day, if you really like this game and you spend like hours playing this game, even if only 10% of the vocabulary is useful, still good, because you're playing it for hours and hours, lots of chances to review and hear these words, okay? And that's the best way to learn words. It's to do a little bit each day, yeah? And especially with Animal Crossing, where there's, you know, the seasons change, you play a little bit each day. It's great for reviewing vocabulary, okay? But anyway, those are my recommendations for some good games to learn English, okay? All right. So next, I want to quickly introduce one simulation game because actually Cooking Simulator is quite a fun game, and tomorrow I'm actually going to be live streaming this game tomorrow, yeah? Before the stream, I'm going to be showing, teaching you guys some cooking vocabulary, you know, chop, pot, yeah, because when I play the game, I'm gonna be, using these words, yeah, all the time. I'm gonna be like, oh no, it's burning, and like, you know, this kind of stuff. So we'll review the vocabulary before I live stream the game, and then I'll start playing it. I'll talk to you guys, and maybe you guys can give me some advice on how to cook, because I am terrible at cooking. I think one time, I burnt soup. Like, how do you burn soup? It's a liquid, but I forgot to stir it, and the carrots and the potatoes at the bottom started burning and sticking. So, yeah. Tomorrow, I'm going to be streaming this. And so if you're interested in video games or cooking specifically, please join tomorrow at the same time as today. Okay, all right. And then, what was it? Cooking Simulator is a funny game, yeah. But what was it? Have I ever played Overcooked? I haven't. No, actually, I have. Of course I have. Yeah, it's a fun multiplayer game, but definitely a good one. Okay, so tomorrow, please join me at the usual time for this gaming live stream and cooking live stream. I was thinking about playing Supermarket Simulator, which is another fun one where there's a lot of vocabulary for supermarkets, but I don't think I'll do that. Tomorrow, I will focus on cooking because there's too much vocabulary to do both. So, yeah, there we go. Okay. When will I do the live? Tomorrow at the normal time, Jess. Okay, right, let's move on to the next thing. For the last fun thing today, I'm going to do a bit of a music quiz, okay? So I'm going to play some very, very recognizable, very famous songs, okay? And you're going to listen carefully and tell me which game or which series does it come from. And sometimes it's not from a game, okay? That's a big hint, all right? So sometimes from a game, sometimes from something else related to games. All right, are you ready? Are you good at listening and recognizing music? Well, let's have a look at number 1. And I'm gonna share my screen. Oh, sorry, that was a bit loud. Okay, number 1, are you guys ready? When you know the answer, you can write it in the comments, okay? So, music number 1. Ah! Why did it? I pressed the play button. Okay, whatever. There we go. The first one, technical problems. There we go. So we have Minecraft because I already showed you the answer because I'm very stupid and I pressed the wrong button. This is the problem. I pressed here instead of here, but anyway, sorry guys. Minecraft, our first very relaxing background music for today, okay? So, alright, next one. I will not make a mistake this time. Thank you, August. I like to think I'm cute. Okay, this one, careful. Are you ready, guys? Ready? Got it? You guys know? Nope. I'll play it one more time. Very good. And I like that August said IDK, already using those acronyms. Nice. I don't know. The answer is Super Mario, specifically Super Mario World from the Super Nintendo. Yeah, Super Mario World, a very nostalgic game. Yeah, good job, guys. Well done, Gustavo and David. Well done. All right, next one. Oh, this one's difficult. I'll be impressed. I'll be very impressed if anybody knows this. This is a relatively... It's not minor, but it's very popular nowadays. But so, EE says, so familiar. Yeah, it's really annoying, isn't it? When you hear the sound and you're like, I've heard this before. I've definitely heard it before. It's on the tip of my tongue, but... it sounds like a national anthem. I wish it were the national anthem. Like, I would be ready to fight for my country if this were my national anthem. The answer is very well done, Gustavo. It is Final Fantasy, specifically 7. Oh, EE, you were so close. It's 7, not 8. But Final Fantasy 7, good. Yeah, this is a classic. This is specifically the battle theme, okay? All right, thank you very much. And the next one. Oops. Ah, not again. Okay, let's have a play. I'll give you a clue. It already appeared in today's presentation. I showed you a picture of this game. Gustavo says it's Zelda. It is not Zelda. Nice try. This one is actually Kingdom Hearts. Okay? It's like the main menu theme song, but I don't think so many people here have played this game, so that's okay. Alright, I love this. I love orchestral music. Like, I want to cry when I hear this music. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so next one. Is there another one? Okay, there is another one. Ready? That was easy peasy, guys, come on. Easy. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, so this is indeed Tetris. Yeah, this is a classic one. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, right, next one. It's gonna get more difficult from here. Are you ready? It sounds like Russian. Actually, August, I'm glad you brought that up because I believe Tetris was created or developed by someone Russian. Many people believe that like Tetris is like Japanese because Japan and Nintendo made a lot of the first games, but I think, wait, either a Russian person composed the song for Tetris or they made the game for Tetris. Maybe both, actually. I will need to check that. Yeah, you've heard that about Tetris. Wonderful, Margot. Thank you. There we go. The native Russian people helping us out. So, yeah, Tetris. Does it sound like the national anthem or something like that? Because you said it sounded Russian, right? So is it similar to a Russian song? Interesting. All right, let's have a look at the next one. Any ideas? I just played the first few notes. I'll play it again. Am I being too harsh? This is TikTok. It might be on TikTok, but where did it originally come from? I'll play a bit more, because it's quite difficult. Any ideas yet? Margot says it sounds like a folk song. Oh, interesting. Maybe the Russian person who composed the song got inspiration from that. Any ideas on the answer? Not yet? Okay, I'll play the whole song. Okay, I'll give you a big hint. It's not a game, but it's a software that you can find on... Should I give you a clue? On the Wii. It's a part of the Wii. It's not a game, but you hear this when using the software on the Wii. Any ideas? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the Mii channel. On the Wii, you had these like characters, these avatars that you make, and when you're creating your character, this is the music that you will hear in the background. Okay. But these days, it's used a lot on TikToks and other things. It's very nostalgic. But there you go. All right, next one. Ooh, this one's another difficult one. Good luck, guys. Oh, I see some people got it. Very good. Well done. It is the PlayStation 1. Raise your hands if you had a PlayStation 1. I remember I had a PlayStation 1 and I was like maybe 7, 8 in this time. I was in primary school, right? And everybody, come on. Every young child, if you have, especially when we had the portable games like DS, Game Boy, at night, your bedtime is 10 o'clock. But you secretly, you stay up late at night, you hide your console or game under the pillow and then turn off the lights and then you play it under the covers, right? For me, before the portable Game Boy, I had the PlayStation, and instead of waking up at night, because parents are not dumb, they know you're gonna try and stay up at night. Instead, I was smart. I was intelligent. I got up early in the morning and I played my game instead because my parents are still sleeping. So I got up early, but one time I forgot something very important. I turned on the TV and then I turned on the PlayStation, but I forgot that the remote or the TV was on full volume. Okay, 100% volume, so loud that it would blast your ears out. So I turned on the PlayStation, and I was like, no one's gonna find out. And then suddenly, this like, and it's just like so loud. I'm like, and then I start like turning off the TV. I'm like, oh crap. And then I was like, they heard me, didn't they? And then my parents came in and they were like, Eric Chong, what are you doing? And oh my gosh, it was terrible. And every time since then, I always check that the volume is at 0 when I start the game. But that was a funny memory. Anyway, but you play the game at midnight. Yeah, midnight's a good choice. But yeah, interesting. What was it? Gustavo, the intro music of the PlayStation was made by synthesizers. Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But there we go. Okay, right. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this one. Ready? Guys? Yeah, guys, well done. This is Pac-Man. He's like waka 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 waka. Yeah, I don't know who decided, and it's kind of like animal sounds, right? In English, we say waka waka, yeah, for the Pac-Man noise. But like when it comes to animals, like dogs say woof, lions go roar, right? But in different languages, we have different sounds for animal sounds. But like, who decides it? Because in Japan, the sound for a lion is gao, but in English it's roar. Right? It's pretty different, right? So who decides these sound? Anyway, I don't know. I'm being weird. But Pac-Man, yes, this is the correct answer. Very well done. And I think we have one more, one last one. Okay, are you guys ready? Got it? Any ideas? I'll play it one more time. And the answer is 3, 2, 1. It is the GameCube. Oh, Gustavo is on fire. Yeah. The sound here is the cube like going from the outside to the center. Yeah. Yeah, Gustavo is on fire. He's a big gamer. Wonderful. There you go. Okay. So we have the GameCube. Well, that is it for the lesson today. Thank you guys very much for joining, and I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. I think gaming language is not always so useful if you're not a gamer, but if you are and you like talking about games, and especially the slang, these acronyms, by the way, BTW, IMO, in my opinion, those are some of the most useful phrases for any situation, okay? So I would definitely try to learn at least those phrases, okay? As always, you guys can find my social media profile, these things, on Eric English YouTube, Curio English Instagram, and so on. You can find it in my Hello Talk profile as well, okay? And the next topic for next week's live stream, okay? Next week, what topic do we have? Drum roll, please. The answer is we're going to talk about the world of music. Yeah, I think everybody loves music. Well, most people love music. And sometimes you just want to talk about, you know, the songs, the lyrics, and, you know, you just want to have that fun conversation in English. So next week, we're going to talk about that, okay? But also remember, tomorrow will be a live stream about, well, I will be playing a game, but tomorrow I'm going to be playing Cooking Simulator, so I'm going to introduce a lot of useful cooking vocabulary, okay? In the future, I will also do a cooking lesson, you know, talking about everything related to cooking, but tomorrow I'll introduce a bit of vocabulary. So if you are a good cook or you just like cooking, then please join me tomorrow as well. Or if you just want me to see, if you just want to see me burn things and set my kitchen on fire, then you can join me as well, okay? I think that's it. Music, world of discussion, there we go. So for now, we'll end it there. I will do a discussion as well, but for now, I'm going to take some questions and comments. Okay, so let me quickly bring up the, what was it, word wall. Do you guys have any questions for now? Yeah? Anything? What was it? Music, thank you very much, August. Yeah, thank you for joining. It was a blast as usual. The stream isn't ending yet. We're going to do a little bit of free conversation. So let me just bring this up. I can get rid of this, right? Okay, cool. So I'm going to put this on here and then video games discussion. Here we go. But first, let me read some of the comments. Where do you stream your gameplays? I don't normally live stream games because usually I want to focus on teaching English, but sometimes I will stream games to teach English, for example, about cooking. But it will be the same thing here on HelloTalk and YouTube. You can find me in both places, okay? Do you have any recommendations for easy English novels? Books are a different topic, but graded readers, if you search graded readers, they're usually very good for English learners, okay? All right, so why don't we have a look at the discussion for today? Video games discussion. Let me share my screen. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna... What theme shall we choose? Shall we choose game show, hearts, high readers, spring? Let's go for playing cards. I like cards. Okay, right, video games discussion. Let's have a look. Oh my gosh. Here we go. So, I'm going to spin the wheel and let's talk about some of these questions. Ooh, that's a good starting question. Very basic. Guys, please share with me, what are some of your favorite video games? Yeah, just, you know, the name, and maybe we have a similar interest. So let me quickly look at HelloTalk again. So what was it? I can't choose one favorite video game. Tell me one video game that you love. It doesn't have to be your favorite, not your number one, but just any game that you really like. For me, right now, what game am I playing right now? I don't think anybody knows this, but... oh, actually, I like Final Fantasy. I really like RPG Final Fantasy games, and I used to like Pokemon, but not so much now. But yeah. Let's have a look. So, what was it? I'm curious about your accent. I feel like it's American, not British. Really? Interesting. I mean... I'm pretty sure I'm British, but I have a British passport, but there you go. Ooh, Chia Suikoden. I don't know how to pronounce Suikoden 2. I've heard of it. It's a classic, a good Japanese JRPG. Very niche. Interesting. Alma doesn't play video games. Eternal Legend. Ah! Isn't that like, is it a strategy game, I think? Yeah, there's a big map and like you have to move people. I've heard of it. Oh, Margaret, I used to play The Sims a lot. Oh, The Sims is so nostalgic. For those of you who don't know, The Sims is a game where, what was it? It's a simulation game. And you can build a family and you just, how do I say it? You can see here, like, you have to, well, BBC, The Sims. Yeah, it says here, BBC, a virtual dollhouse. It's just like, you know, taking care of people, getting a job, building your dream house and things like that, yeah. I was, how do I say, I was very bad. I used to put my character in the swimming pool, a deep swimming pool, okay? And I would remove the ladder so they can't get out, so they have to swim for days. And then eventually they become hungry and thirsty, and then they die. It's terrible, I know. It's and then the Grim Reaper, like death, in other words, like this person, the skeleton in a dark hoodie, he would come and take the soul of the dead person, and then I'm very bad, but that was one of my favorite things to do. Luis, Dota 2, another good game, yeah. How about the old PlayStation? Oh, Harvest Moon. I love Harvest Moon. Very similar to Stardew Valley, which is quite popular nowadays. Stardew Valley took a lot of inspiration from Harvest Moon. But yeah, Margot's laughing at me, killing my characters in the... Of course, I save before I kill them, and then I load the game again. But you know, you're always curious, right? Like, oh, what happens if I jump off this cliff? What happens if I shoot this character? Will they die? You're always a little bit curious, right? Don't tell me I'm the only one. Yeah, I'm not the only murderer here, okay? August, have you ever participated in a video games championship? Oh, like esports? Yes, I did actually, and it was streamed on some website, Twitch. When I was in university, I used to play League of Legends, which is very similar to Dota. And I used to be quite high level, not like super high level, but yeah, I was okay. But nowadays, I don't play games competitively. It's too much stress. And then Gustavo, Halo 1 and 2, Battlefield. Holy moly, you played so many games. I think you've played more games than me. But wow, that's why he knows all the answers. But very good, yeah. I have played so many games over the years. But Persona, I like the Persona series as well. But yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next question. All right, screen 2. So, next question. Eliminate this one. Whoa! There we go. What is the most famous video game character, maybe like in your country? I feel like different characters are famous in different countries. What about you guys? Like, in your country, what is the most famous character? In the UK, it's probably Mario, Link, and maybe Pikachu. Those 3, I think. But what about in your countries? Because sometimes, like, for example, in the Rio Olympics, Mario and Sonic were very famous in that, the Olympic Games. And Mario and Sonic, there you go. Same in Russia, yeah. Mario, Sonic, super popular. Pikachu, they're like the mascot characters, right? But there you go. Interesting. Okay, great. So let's move on to another question. Ooh, that's a difficult one. What was your favorite games console? So, of course, we have the PlayStation, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Switch, DS. I guess you could say a smartphone, because now you can play a lot of games on the smartphone. So some people like to play, like, Genshin Impact on the smartphone as well. But for me, my favorite console is the PC. Just because you can play so many like different games on the PC, and also you can do many things on the PC. Listen to music, you know, watch YouTube on a second screen while playing games. Like, it's just very, I don't know, you can use it for everything. But with the PlayStation and Xbox, I don't want to just like, how do I say it? With PC, I can play games, close the window, and then go back to watching YouTube. Like, it's just so flexible. My second choice would be the Nintendo DS. I used to play so much of the DS. But yeah, what about you guys? Let's have a look. Xbox, interesting. Nintendo, definitely. Nintendo is very like friendly, and especially with the Switch, where you can play it portably but also play it on the TV. That was a game changer, right? That changed everything. Nintendo 3DS, that was a good one as well, yeah. I used to play this game. It's similar to Surgeon Simulator, but it's a game where you do like surgery on the Nintendo DS. So the touchscreen, you're like cutting people open, you're moving the heart and things. And of course, you have to be very careful. If you cut the wrong place, you might kill the patient. And I loved playing games in the car. But as you know, the car can be a bit bumpy. It's not always so smooth. So I remember one time I was doing surgery. I was helping this like 80-year-old man, and it was very tense, a very long operation. and he was bleeding. I had to bandage him and then quickly, you know, suture everything, and I was almost at the end of the mission. And then my father, he suddenly hit a small speed bump. Yeah, those little bumps on the road that make you slow down. So I was like, okay, I'm almost done. Boom. No, he's dead. No. And then beep. And then my dad was like, what the heck? Why are you panicking? What the? And it scared him because, of course, he's driving and I was so quiet. So, like, I was like, no, Jeff is dead. And then, like, my dad was like, what the heck are you talking about? And, yeah, I love that game. But, yeah, it was quite stressful. Nintendo 3... Dreamcast is another good one. Nice, yeah. Dreamcast, I think Sonic was a big game on the Dreamcast. But, very nice. Okay, so let's move on to another question. Alright. This is a difficult one. Do you prefer playing games alone or with friends? Let me think about this. I like both. I know that's like being on the fence. They're both good, right? Sometimes it's like saying, do you want to spend time alone or do you want to hang out with friends? Sometimes, like, I'm a very sociable person. I love hanging out with friends and I am an extrovert. But sometimes I just need some me time, right? I just don't have the energy to talk to other people. And some games are just better for single player, like story-rich games, or games where you are just so focused on the story and one character, right? But if I had to choose one, I prefer co-op and multiplayer games. I've spent so many hours killing my friends or working together with friends, so a lot of good memories. But anyway, let me quickly have a look at some of your comments. Oh, interesting, Gustavo, you prefer to play with friends. It depends on the game. Exactly, Margot. Yeah, it does depend on the game. But yeah, video games are a great way to just hang out with friends who are far away. If you're not, you know, of course, just talking is fine too, but often we play games and talk at the same time. Yeah, it's very casual. But anyway, let's move on to the next question. Oh, with friends, it depends on the game, but I prefer to play with my friends. Nice, Francesca. Yeah, it really does depend on the game. Sometimes, like Overcooked, someone talked about it, where you're like cooking with your friends. It is very fun, but it's quite stressful. So, like, sometimes you shout at your friend, give me the lettuce. No, that's cabbage, Jeff. I said the lettuce. And, like, you get angry at your friends. Of course, it's not good to really get angry, but, you know, you get excited. You have some jokes. Cooperative games are very good. But, yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh. Wrong button. This one. Here we go. Okay, so let's have a look at the next one. What game left the deepest impression on you? I have a good answer for this. What was a game that changed your life? What was a game that you played like once, but you still think about it today? Maybe it was just the gameplay, the system was just so unique. Or maybe it was the music, the characters, or the story, or something like that. For, what was it? That Game is Life. Interesting, Diva. Are you talking about real life, or are you talking about Life, the board game? Because there is a game called Life, right? GTA, oh, interesting. GTA, August, a good one, yeah. I think GTA was a game that really changed the whole industry, right? It was one of the first games where you have like a huge open world and you really felt like you could do anything, right? But real life deeper. But yeah, it's like I'm sure so many people have played GTA just to break the law, just to enjoy doing bad things, right? One of my friends is a Christian. He's a very good boy. He never says anything bad. He is like textbook good boy. Then I let him play GTA on my PC one day. He never played it before because he doesn't play video games at home. And the first thing he told me, what do I do? What am I supposed to do? What's the mission? And I said, there is no mission right now. You can do anything. I said, what do you mean? Video games usually have a mission, right? And I said, no, in GTA you can go shopping, you can go driving, you can go swimming, or you can go kill people. And he said, wait, what? Kill people? I said, yeah, you know, you go and break the law, you go and shoot the police. And he was like, huh? I was like, try it right now. Get in that car, steal that car, and go hit someone. And he's like, you can't do that. And then he tried it, got in the car, and then you know that scene where it's like, hey, get out. And then he gets in the car, and then you drive off, and he's like, oh my gosh, like, this is illegal. And I was like, yes, I know it's illegal, but this is a game. Just do it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he drove slowly. And he kept starting and stopping. He's like, oh, but I don't want to hurt this person. And I was like, it's a game, for God's sake. Just hit the man. And he was like, okay. And then he hit there. And he was like, oh, like, that felt good. And I was like, wait, good? And he was like, yeah. And then he started hitting more people, and then slowly I heard more people scream like, like, help me. And then I slowly saw this young Christian boy starting to laugh like a crazy person, like and I was getting scared. I was like, oh no, like, what have I done? Like, I've revealed the hidden devil inside this young Christian boy. And then, of course, he never played it again, but it was a really funny memory. But anyway. So, sorry, let me look. Echo the Dolphin from Sega. I don't know that one. Interesting. But yeah, a game could be a chance our mood. Do you mean it helps change our mood? Yeah, very true. It can help, like, you know, it's a way to relax and just de-stress. We stop thinking about real life. So yeah, a very nice way of de-stressing. And call lady. Yeah, pretty much. And then you tarnished him. I did tarnish him. I made him a dirty, filthy, how do I say it, criminal. Yeah. But anyway, I wonder if there is anyone. Has anyone ever played GTA and never broken the law? You know, they stop at all the traffic lights and they never steal. Like, that would be really funny. Okay, right. Let's look at the next question. Here we go. Ooh, do you prefer watching movies or playing video games? What do you guys think? Movies or video games? If you had to imagine, you can only choose one and you have to do this for the rest of your life. Yeah. If you choose movies, you can never play video games again. If you choose video games, you can never watch movies again. For me, now, anime and movies, are they different? Okay, I'm going to treat them the same way. Watching stuff, I love anime, and I love some series and movies. I can't imagine my life without video games or without watching like anime and movies and things like that. But if I had to choose one, I would pick video games, I think. Just because I've spent more time playing video games in my life. And when I was younger, I had a lot of trouble at school. Like, I had some trouble with like bullying and I really didn't like school. But being able to play video games when I came back from school, I don't want to say it saved my life, but it really helped me get through some like pretty dark days. And even now, I still love video games. But yeah, I would say video games. What about you guys? Wrong one. What was it? I tarnished him. Oh, watching movies? Movies. Definitely video games. Movies. Ooh. So it looks like most people would choose movies. Some would choose video. Come on, watching movies forever. Come on, bro. What? Yeah, it's a tough one for me. I'm 50-50. I'm like 55% video games, 45% movies. I'm very close. When I was 5 years ago, I would definitely choose video games. But right now, I would choose watching movies. Yeah. Quick question. Do you guys watch things when you eat? For me, nowadays, I have to watch something when I'm eating, right? Whereas dinner, lunch, okay, maybe not a snack, but if I'm just eating at a table doing nothing, it feels wrong, feels weird. Like, I have to watch something when I eat. But video games, you can't play video games when you're eating, right? Because you have to hold the controller. But what about you guys? Do you have to watch something while eating? Or are you happy just to eat? Now, of course, if you're with family and you're having a family dinner, you can eat and have a chat. And if you're out with friends, of course, you're not going to play video games. But if I'm by myself, I'm not going to eat and just stare at a wall. Like, what? That's just a waste of time. Well, not waste, but... EE does watch, and then Margot also, yes, I either watch something or listen. Oh, you sound very smart, Margot. I wish I were as studious and intelligent as you. Audiobooks are good. Very good, yeah. I just can't get used to audiobooks. I will try it for a few days and then I quickly give up. Like... Ugh, my attention span is too short. I'm happy just eating. Francesca, you're crazy! No, I'm joking. But, yeah, I guess maybe if you just eat, you can enjoy the food more, I guess. Also, when we do a cooking or an eating live stream, maybe I'll do a mukbang, probably not. Do you guys usually eat the tastiest thing first, or do you save it for last? Like, let's say you have like a burger, fries, and what else goes with burgers or fries? Yeah, okay, let's say burgers and fries, and the burger is the main thing. It's the thing you look forward to. Do you eat the tastiest thing first, or do you save it for last? Because I usually save the tasty thing for last, because then I have something to look forward to, right? Especially if you're eating like vegetables, it's like, ugh. When I'm full and I have to eat something I don't like, of course I'm not going to eat it. Well, for food waste, I will eat it. But when I was younger, definitely. August, tasty things first. Interesting. And then Margot, opposite, say the tastiest thing for last. Yeah. I think it also depends on the food, right? Because a cold burger is not nice. A cold steak is not nice. But, ooh, question. Cold pizza. What do you think about cold pizza? Because actually, I quite like cold pizza. Now, some people, Italian people, or like, you know, people who love pizza, they might say, Eric, you're crazy. But I don't know why. I kind of like cold pizza. Of course, I still prefer hot pizza, but if I have a big slice of cold pizza, sometimes I don't microwave it. I just eat it like that. I don't like cold pizza. Yeah, it's quite weird, but anyway. This is a video game stream, not cooking or eating stream. Next time, we'll talk more about this stuff. But yeah, some people have very strong opinions on food. Like, for example, spaghetti. Is it okay to break it in half? I think many people would get angry at you. Anyway, let's have a look at the next question. All right. So it seems like most people prefer watching movies. Ooh. Many parents argue that video games are a waste of time. Agree or disagree? I have very strong opinions on this. I'm not on the fence. I definitely disagree. They are not a waste of time. Or rather, if you say that video games are a waste of time, I believe movies are also a waste of time. But I don't think movies or video games are a waste of time. I think they all have value. Let me quickly ask you guys, read the comments. Pizza is good in any way. Margaret, right? Pizza is just one of those things that cold, hot, warm, just lukewarm. It is, like, there aren't many foods that are just wonderful at any temperature, right? Eating cold pizza is not a good idea. It might not be a good idea, true, but I think it's okay. If there's no meat and it's just cheese, like a margarita pizza, I don't think there's any danger to eating it. But if you have cooked meats and things like that, then maybe, especially if it's like seafood, maybe safer. Oh, I just realized, maybe it's safer not to eat the pizza cold. But anyway, video games are a great way to boost your English, definitely, Margot. It's a great way to learn English, but also, even if you don't use it for learning English, people who say that, like, let's say parents say, you're not learning anything from video games and you're not training or practicing any useful skills. First of all, movies are the same. Now, you could argue, you might say, oh, but if you watch a documentary, or you play if you watch a documentary or a history movie, then you can learn some things. And yes, that's true. But there are also educational and history-themed games. And a lot of these games have very rich stories, almost, sometimes longer than, movies. But my biggest reason for why I disagree with why they're a waste of time is because in life, if you're always thinking about everything I do must be useful, everything I see or watch must be educational, I have to learn something, otherwise it's a waste of time. One, that's just not realistic, and two, that's a very unhealthy way of thinking, right? Because by that logic, that means we should never do things just for fun, right? Talking to friends and hanging out, we're not always learning something new, we're just hanging out, we're just enjoying life. So if you say don't play video games, it's a waste of time, to me that's the same as saying don't do any fun hobby, it's a waste of time. Now if your hobby is, useful, like making something, okay, maybe, but life is just sad when you think that way, so I don't agree. But anyway, let's go back. Cold pizza's horrible. Francesca, no! Cold pizza's great. August, video games help with strategic thinking and imagination. Definitely. Yeah. as I said earlier, sometimes I use video games to teach English. Minecraft, some of my quiet students who are in secondary school, junior high school, they're so quiet. But if I tell them, oh, okay, in this situation where there is a creeper and you have a sword, what is the character doing now? And I show them like an image of them jumping, and they'll say, oh, yeah, jump. And I can see it, right? As a teacher, you develop this ability to learn when a student is interested versus their brain is turned off. And yeah, so games are just one of the best ways to teach as well. So it's just awesome. But anyway, yeah, strategic thinking, imagination. People use games to teach coding and programming. Yeah, because it's a perfect example of real life use of programming and coding. Anyway, Margot, also video games let you socialize. Very good, exactly. You hit the nail on the head, Margot. If I didn't play video games with my friends online, we would speak not so often, like maybe once a year. But it's just a great way to catch up, to chit-chat about small things, yeah. But there we go. Okay. Thank you very much. Good ideas, guys. Thank you. Right, just a few more questions before we finish. Actually, let me drag it this time. Drag. And stop. Are video games bad for your health? This one's harder to argue. Are video games bad for your health? Yes. But so are watching movies. So is working an office job. All of these things are bad for your health because you're sitting in a chair doing like in the same position, right? So I would say yes, it can be bad for your physical health. For your mental health, on the other hand, I'd say it's pretty good. De-stress, relax, socialize with friends, hang out. I would say it can be great for your mental health. So physical, mental, definitely. Definitely good. What about you guys? Partially, yeah, August, maybe you're on the fence, partially. But just let me forget the time and sleep up late. Ah, interesting. So you forget about the time and you go to bed late. Yeah, like with anything, when you get really addicted to video games or like movies or anything, it can ruin your sleep schedule and it's not so good. But yeah, it can be good, but it can be bad if you don't control that addiction. But as they say, what was it? Everything in moderation. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. So too much of anything can be bad. Okay? Some video games affect your nervous system. That's very true. Yeah. I know that for F1 Grand Prix drivers, people who have to drive those F1 cars, the super fast cars, they need quick reaction times, right? So there's like a video game that tests your reaction, where it's like, I think there are some buttons and they light up randomly and they have to like quickly touch the buttons as they come on, right? So it can be used for training and things like that. But yes, it's bad for health because it's needed sitting. Yeah, because you have to sit down to play them. But VR nowadays, Wii Fit, Wii Sports, there are some games that give you a bit of exercise. Yeah, get your body moving. Of course, it's not as good as real exercise, but it's not terrible. There you go. I've seen some articles of some like 80, 90-year-old women who have been doing Wii Fit or Wii Sports every single day for many years, which is absolutely amazing. Like, it's better than nothing. But anyway, okay, good stuff. Right, let's have a look at 2 more questions. Ooh, this is a tough one. Should we let young children play video games? Please raise your hand if you are a parent and you have young children. When I say raise your hand, I don't really mean raise your hand, just, you know. I'd be interested to hear people who have young children, like your own children. What do you guys think? But also people who don't have children. I'm biased because my parents did let me have video games, and as I said earlier, video games really helped me to de-stress and get through some dark days, like very sad days. It let me forget about reality, and of course, escaping from reality, running away to video games is not always good. But sometimes real life problems just pass after some time. So in this situation, I want to say yes, we should let children play video games, but we do need to control the amount of time or what kind of video games they play. Yeah, so yes, but controlled. What do you guys think? What was it? Not very young children. They have to be able to distinguish between the virtual and the real. Very good, Margot. Yeah, good point. Though actually, I actually studied psychology in video games, and one of my final dissertation, or my final paper in university, was actually the connection between video games and children. Do violent video games make people violent, right? By the way, the short answer is no. What was it? If you mix it with many other things, like violent movies, a violent parent, like if your parent hits you, short-tempered family environment, then maybe, but then that's just a mix of everything. Violent video games alone do not cause violent behavior. There needs to be other things, or maybe it's a combination of things. I'm a young child, Diva. Well, I hope you're not playing any violent video game. No, I'm joking. They've done some really interesting psychology experiments where they show that children can realize the difference between reality and, fictional, like a movie or a game, at quite a young age. I forgot what age, maybe 5 or 6 years old. But children are actually really smart. And, for example, one major step in development, like when you know a child is growing normally, is the mirror test. That is, you give them a mirror and you hide an object behind the mirror, okay? And then you're testing to see if the baby believes it has disappeared completely, because when they're looking at the mirror, the object is gone. There's nothing. But when they start to understand that the mirror is like a 2D object and that the object hasn't disappeared, it's just that it is behind. When they realize this, it shows that they are developing normally mentally. I think it's like 3-4 years old that this happens. But very young children will believe it's just gone. Like, poof, no more apple or whatever. So it's quite interesting. But anyway. So yeah, it is a really cool thing to research. This is I really love psychology because of these like fascinating things that you learn. They're not all super useful, but it's just cool. It's just fascinating. Children don't have much self-control. That's very true. It's very easy to indulge in the game. That's a good point. It's kind of the similar problem with smartphones. When do you give a child a smartphone? Because these days, children just want to play games on their smartphone. They want to chat, they want to text their friends, and sometimes you can use it for good educational purposes. Like if they're working on a group project, giving them a chance to communicate, definitely good. Now, most children don't do this. Most children will just send stupid pictures to each other, like, oh, look at this funny, cat video. But at the same time, you need to trust your children, and you need to give them a chance to understand what unhealthy behavior is. It's like a long time ago, some parents would never let their children go outside to protect them from disease, to protect them from, just getting sick. But if you never let them go into the outside world, if you never let them experience failure or doing bad things, then they will never know what the line between healthy and unhealthy is, right? Like, it's much better to let your child stay up late playing video games all night and then go to school the next day being exhausted. Yeah, and then maybe even they fail their test because they didn't study enough. And then you just ask your child, you talk to them. You say, well, I'm not angry, but why do you think you failed your test? Why were you tired? And then they say, yeah, I know. I played too many video games and blah, blah. And that's a learning experience, right? That's a chance that we as parents should give to them. So you need to balance, in my opinion. I'm not a parent, but you need to give them the freedom to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. But you also can't let them go crazy because, yes, children don't have so much self-control. And they don't understand, things in the future, the things that we have experienced, right? But okay, all right, thank you guys. I appreciate the gifts. I don't really see it, so I'm sorry if I didn't say thank you, but please don't worry about sending gifts. If they're free gifts, okay, thank you, but please do not spend money on me. Please save the money for yourself, okay? But anyway, right, let's look at the last question for today. Oh, let's spin the wheel. Well, there's no point. There's only one thing. Oh, we talked about this. Can video games make people violent? Well, the research, as I found out in university, is no, not by itself anyway. But the thing that actually makes people the most violent, the most regular finding, the thing that is almost always true, is the family environment. They did an experiment, I think it was called the Bobo doll experiment, was it? Let me quickly show you. Screen 2. Bobo doll experiment. Here we go. So there was a thing where they had children and they were in this room with this doll, right? So what happened first was that they had the doll in a separate room. The child was looking at the doll through a window. And they had two different groups. Okay, let me quickly... Is there a good image for this here? Well, anyway, let's just use this as an example. Okay, so they had a situation where group 1, the children watched an adult hitting the doll aggressively for no reason. They just aggressive. They hit the doll, they like body slammed it, they slapped it, and they saw the adult showing very violent behavior. And then they had a second group where it was the control. It was the baseline. The adult went to the doll, did nothing, just looked at it. And then they found, for both groups, they let the children go into the room alone with the doll. And you know what they found? Well, in group 1, the children who watched the model, the adult going crazy with the doll, guess what? They copied that behavior. They did it, right? And in the second group, the control group, yeah, some of them like pushed it a little bit. You know, children are curious. They like playing. It's normal, you know, to do these things. But they were not as crazy as the people or the children in the first group, right? That's why role models and, what was it? If you're a parent, what you do and the examples you show to your children, this is the thing that will determine your child's personality the most. Okay? Now, of course, as they get older, it's a bit of luck, but they have their school life. And as they get older, especially in their teenage years, some children spend more time at school. So in that case, their personality might change a bit more depending on their friends, their teachers, and the people they hang out with. But during the early years, you are the biggest role model for them. So you do need to be careful with, for example, if you're angry and you choose to shout at the wife, then the child will get very upset and they will remember that. And as they grow up as an adult, they will, you know, copy that behavior, even unconsciously. So you do need to be very careful. But if you show good behavior and teach them good communication, being honest, and just, trying to communicate with your child, you'll be fine. Anyway, sorry, that was off topic. So let's have a quick look. Maybe they will not care about the test. That's true. A lot of children do not care about tests. And that's why you do need this balance. You need to push them a little bit, but also give them that freedom. It's a sign of support and showing like, I'm speaking about gifts. Oh, I see, August. No, I totally agree. Thank you. That's really sweet. And I noticed, yes, you, August, a lot of you guys have been gifting, so I do really appreciate it. Thank you. But to be honest, just you guys coming to the stream, giving answers, sharing your opinions, that is more than enough for me. So thank you. There we go. Anyway, I think that is mostly it for today. Do we have any final questions about anything? Any comments? Anything you want to share before we end for today? Because tomorrow we're going to do another live stream. If you're interested in cooking or you just want to see me burn a steak or set my kitchen on fire, then you can come and join tomorrow at the same time as today. Okay? But anything? I'm going to take a quick sip of my tea. Oh, I've got such dry lips. I need lip balm. Oh my gosh. This is the problem when you stream for 2 or 3 hours. 2.5 hours, it says. Okay. You're very welcome, Lewis. Yeah? As always, it was a mind-blowing lesson. Your words are too kind. August, I love the way you're always using these like keywords and, you know, high-level vocabulary. Mind-blowing, right? Thank you. I remember a lot of names like Margot as well. Thank you for joining. Margot and August from Russia, teaching me a little bit about your culture. Nancy, Lewis, we have Yvonne, Deba, EE, Margot, Lyth, and so on. I apologize. Francesca as well. Sorry if I don't say all of your names. Simon, thank you. You're a newcomer. your pronunciation is clear, and the topic is very interesting. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I think the most important thing is fun and interesting. Second thing, useful. And third thing, I don't know. I think just those two things are very important, right? Nancy. Oh, Nancy, I apologize. I didn't say your name. You have to slap me. Oh my gosh. No, no violence. Violence is bad. But yeah, so if you guys want to join tomorrow at 12:30 UK time and 9:30 Japan time. I'm sorry, I don't know the other time zones because most of my students are Japanese. So, but what was it? Yes, another quick point. If you are interested in taking private lessons with me one-on-one, I'll give you feedback and so on. I usually use Skype, but Skype is dying. It's going to disappear in May. So most people are moving to Microsoft Teams. You can find me on my website. Right now, I have a 50% off discount. So it's like 50% off, 25-minute lesson, and I give you detailed feedback. What you did well, what you didn't do so well, you know, weaknesses, pronunciation file. I record my voice and record any words that you mispronounce, vocabulary sheet, and grammar mistakes. Okay, so if you're interested in taking my lesson this month, it's going to be 50% off. You can find my lesson here. Let me post it here. Okay, you can make an account and book my lesson. But yeah, just for this month, half price. Okay, right. And thank you, teacher. I'm a newcomer. Yes. Thank you, Eric. I love your live streams. They're always fun. Thank you, Margot. And it's nice. I really appreciate being able to speak to people from different countries. But of course, I don't like talking to you guys just because you're Russian, Chinese. You guys are just nice. You guys always give me positive comments, and I really do appreciate it. It gives me the motivation to make these lessons as good as possible. Okay? But please do have a good rest. I think it's the evening in some countries, but yeah, just take it easy. Have a good rest, and I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Okay? A unique teacher on Hello Talk. Unique. That could be a bad thing. Or maybe I'm just a bit weird or like, hey! I don't know. Renato, thank you, teacher. You're really amazing and kind. I appreciate your help. You're very welcome. Thank you for your kind words. But yeah, all right. I think we'll end it there. I'm going to miss you guys. So I'll see you guys tomorrow if you are available. If not, you can watch the recording on my YouTube channel. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.